guys, I just want to make this little video to talk about what you need to know to become a surrogate. First of all, I will say that I am not even done with my first journey. As you guys know, if you've watched any of my videos, we have had to stop everything and wait for November for open enrollment for insurance. So I am not a doctor, I'm not a licensed RE or nothing. I'm just giving you guys my point of views on becoming a surrogate. I was originally going to make this video about why I became a surrogate, but then I realized that my very first video pretty much sums that up, and so I'm going to add a link to that video in the description box, and hopefully I can help anyone who needs any help. First of all, there are two different kinds of surrogates. There is a traditional surrogate and there is a gestational surrogate, and that's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be a gestational surrogate. A traditional surrogate is where the carrier is also the egg donor, and this can be done as an IUI, it can be done as in-home SIMS, but I do know that every state is different as far as their rules and regulations on surrogacy, so make sure you research your state's rules on surrogacy. There are some states who do not even allow surrogacy. I do believe some of those are changing, so just keep up to date on that. But that's what a traditional surrogate is. She carries the child. She's also biologically related to the child. It's still the same concept. She is carrying the child for the purpose of giving it to its intended parents. And then there's gestational surrogate or a gestational carrier. I've seen both those terms used, and it means the same thing. A gestational carrier is someone who just does that. They carry the embryo. It is created either using the intended parent's sperm and egg or donor. I believe, seen, there is a fly, where it could be, let's say you have a single intended mother and she can't use her eggs for age reasons, so she'll have a donor egg and donor sperm. So either way, still the child will not be genetically related to the carrier, and that is what I'm doing. The next thing is an RE. Many people, when I write, I just automatically say an RE, or type an RE, not say it, just because that's just shorthand, easiest thing to do, but not everyone knows what that means. An RE is a reproductive endocrinologist. He's the doctor who will test intended parents, figure out why they can't conceive naturally, or maybe they can conceive naturally, but for some reason the intended mother can't carry pregnancy due to health, or she is unable to get pregnant due to she does not have the reproductive organs, whatever the reason. And then that will also be the doctor that looks at the surrogate and does transfer and all that. So those are some of the terms. Once you decide which surrogate you want to be, if you choose to be a surrogate, then you choose, do you want to use an agency or work independently? There are a lot of different views on this, and everyone will say do not go independent if you're a first-time surrogate, and that's what I'm doing. I'm a first-time surrogate going independent, and I probably would have still went independent even if I had thought about going through an agency, just because I really do love the intended parents that I'm with, and they want to go independent because it does save on cost for them. But I will say, and I've already said this, my intended mother knows this, if I choose to do another journey, I would probably choose to go through an agency. That doesn't mean that anything's going to happen faster than it is now, but I think I kind of want to know how it feels to go both ways. So my first journey, I am going independent, and if I choose to have any more journeys, or am able to, I may try to go through an agency, but who knows. So going through an agency gives you that third person in the middle to help. So if you do go through an agency, please, 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 please do your research. Google them, go on Facebook, get in groups and ask about them. Make sure that they have good credibility, like they have surrogates they have worked with, and you're not finding all these negative things. There's people who are just jumping on the bandwagon with, agencies that just popped up last night, and then they're having these awful experiences. And, so do your research. If you choose to go to independent, also do your research. Know what you can ask and what know what needs to be done. Don't rely just on your intended parents. And if you're an intended parent, don't rely just on your surrogate to know all those steps. It works both ways. Both parties need to be well researched and know what needs to be done. Either way, whether you go through an agency or through a surrogacy, you will need to have medical screening, and you will need to have psych evaluation done on everyone involved, and background checks on everyone involved, which we did. When I went for my medical screening, they did an ultrasound they put a catheter in, filled it with saline, and then did an ultrasound, oh Lord, the name of it left me. Internal ultrasound, just to check my ovaries and my uterus and things like that. And that's one thing they'll do. They do blood work and check for different things, of course, STDs and things like that. And they do this on everyone. Then you do, or around the same time, you will have a psych evaluation done, and they will do a personality test. You will talk with a psychologist. So will your spouse or significant other, and so will the intended parents. In my case, since my intended parents are local, we were able to go all together to the psychologist and do our last evaluation in person all together. Some do it through Skype, some do it just different ways. If you are with an agency or going independent, you will all need a lawyer. Separate lawyers, you don't use the same lawyer, and they need to be lawyers who are well knowledged in the laws of surrogacy and things like that. And I'm trying to remember off the top of my head all the other things I wanted to add into this video because I left my clipboard inside. But you will need contracts done. You will need to agree I didn't add that to the very beginning. When you do match with your intended parents, whether you're matching through an agency or matching independently, you will need to agree with your intended parents. You don't want to match with someone who doesn't believe the same way you do as far as termination or selective reduction. Those are the high points. You don't want to match with someone who doesn't know what you want through compensation. You don't want to match with someone if they want you to eat all organic and you don't agree with that. You want to be able to match with someone who you are like-minded with. Now, some things, like if my Ps wanted to pay for me to eat all organic, then that's fine. But, there's other big things like termination that you must agree on. You can't just assume that it's not going to happen and be okay with it. So, because it could happen. And I lost my train of thought from where I was to begin with. Anyway, so that is the gist of each step becoming a surrogate. As far as whether you're independent or with an agency, not a whole lot changes except for you don't have that agency to match you or the agency to be the third person to go through with your intended parents. So I guess if you're independent, you need to be comfortable to go straight to your intended parents with stuff. There are lists on different Facebook groups that will tell you the requirements. But I think the best, if you choose to go with an agency, go through their requirements, ask their requirements. I know some of the main things that they want is someone who is proven that they've carried a pregnancy to term. You can't have had a lot of complications and still go on to be a surrogate. You're carrying someone else's child, and you don't want to put your life in danger or someone else's child's life in danger. I know one of the things that is very controversial is whether or not you need to be done with your own family. I am done with my own family. So if something was to happen during my surrogacy journey and I was not able to continue having children, I would be totally okay. But that doesn't mean that if I wasn't done with my own family that I wouldn't be totally okay. There are many surrogates, or not many, there are a few surrogates that I know and have watched throughout this year of my journey, who have had surrogacy babies and went on to have their own babies and then more surrogacy babies. So I guess you just need to go in it knowing that there is that chance. With every pregnancy, there's a chance that something can go wrong and you can lose your ability to conceive again on your for yourself. So be okay with that. Don't go in it thinking this can't happen, because it could, just like the others, it can. So be okay with if it does, because you don't want to go through something so beautiful and then end up losing your ability, and then you regret this beautiful thing that you're able to do. And that's it. That's all I have to say for this little video. If there's anything, please comment below and I will answer your comments. I will try to make another video if I need to, hopefully over the summer, while I'm waiting to get the ball rolling again on my journey. I can do some videos with my kids, getting their comments on surrogacy, so you guys can see what they do understand. I mean, what they understand is very their age appropriate. So I'll do that. And from my husband's point of view, a lot of people, I've heard the comments millions of times, your husband's going to allow you to do that? And I think, first of all, me and my husband have a great relationship. We don't allow each other to do anything. We talk about stuff and make sure that it is right for our family as a whole and go from there. But my husband is 100% supportive and on board and excited, so excited that he tells complete strangers. But anyways, so I'll make those videos too. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the weekend, and hopefully I can get another video up later of our little summer day, just chilling, and hopefully some video from tonight of our movie at the park. So you guys have a blessed weekend.